about how he can improve local economies, and he says to work with all other parties, regardless of their party affiliations, to ensure that they boost the local economy of the country. And he also says he's going to ensure that there's this, common platform where former ministers of local government, DCEs, would also share their ideas, because these are people who also had intentions to also build on some projects. And so once they are not in power, clearly they be consulted to ensure that their expertise and knowledge are used to build the country. And these are some party faithful, let's say some family members that came to support the minister designate. Please, I want to talk to you. I know you came to support the minister designate, and your raw brother.
Yes,
I think you guys look alike.
Yeah.
So for you, it's been 3 hours. It's been 3 hours of vetting.
Yes.
Let's face the camera. It's been 3 hours of vetting, and for you, how would you describe it in entirety?
Perfect. Not because he's my brother, but perfect. He delivered. Yeah. That's what I can say for now.
So you trust that the local governments will be boosted?
Sure. He will work and work well too.
One thing he said is that he's going to ensure that revenue is boosted in all the assemblies. And for him, he's going to work with people regardless of their party affiliations. Do you think it really stood out for you? What was the highlight of what he said? And this you are better.
Yeah, because we are all Ghanaians. If I have a knowledge that I can help for what he is dreaming about, or the government is dreaming about,
let's call Festus for defense.
Yeah, it's not about this one is from my party, this one is from my party. It's for the benefit of the country. Yeah.
I'm very curious. Are you older than him, or he is older than you?
3 months different.
Okay, that's nice. So that is the sister of the minister designate, Ahmed Ibrahim. So confident in the brother that he will deliver, and then the president made a good decision by choosing his brother for that very role. So let me still talk to Mommy who say you're Boudin over support minister. That's the mommy. Sorry. We are in the Bantisiano. What you said, president in Afan is obey minister. Now what feel saying?
Oh, I am it. The bomb pie and man, I would see.
Soon say president here, this ordinary tour.
Sir, Pepe. I had ye.
Moving forward in the 4 years, and what do you expect, sir, will be near feeling change?
Yamena Bibia Kitano, Tinyame Bayan.
Obviously, the mother is confident in her word, and he says, he puts her trust in God that at the end of the day, at the end of the 4-year term, the son will deliver and deliver well, as has been envisioned by the president who appointed him or elected him as the minister designate for that very sector. And so there are 2 other ministers designated that will be also vetted today, and that's the minister designate for gender, children and social protection, who also doubles as a member of parliament for Krowo, Dr. Agnes Namomo Latte, and also Honorable Elizabeth Ejare, who is also the minister designate for trade, industry and agribusiness, and they will be here. There are 2 of them who would also be vetted this very afternoon. And like I mentioned, the vetting committee has discharged the minister designate for chieftaincy, religious affairs and local government, and these are some family members or friends that came to support him. And it's been 3 hours of vetting, and he touched on how to boost the local economy and boost revenue in the district assemblies, and the fact that he's going to build a common platform where old ministers, DCEs will be there to share the expertise and knowledge to boost the local economy. At the end of the day, it's all about Ghana and the fact that would want to, build this very country collectively. And so let me just interrupt. Opening, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
You've been here to monitor this very better.
For my local knowledge.
Okay. Okay. Who be supporting minister designate for local government? Or no shemo. Moka kan. 3 hours how when you bet in a course
koyi pa. Medicine na no ate onimnyansa Ahmed. Yetete no ne anye no. Hwe de kasa mu ne ntutu ya. Obi ehu sampa banda ye wade. Nti yede nyame asesa akoni yamai.
First day now to say, President I elected, how did you feel? I want to know that.
President I had there, Mahama, Wayade Papa, Sabi, Ahmed, Wabre or Sabi, Omaim, Yaka Parliament, Wabre, Amo Maino. Into Oba Power, who say, Medici and Faso, dear Cassia or so, no decide the brain man or no. Bandamai, who the few when she said the buy any aji, a dear Cassia at the mine. Sadi we crying who be that. Set it a million on a brofo pencil, you will be. There is a damage at the ma Yura Mahama.
And one thing you say, Nini or per se, you bet to Obama DCs. I don't say he goes for it, but just that say to a mind to say we MPP on that.
Chess or King Solomon. Say, or your henny and give a friend King Solomon, a Bajumba. I remember, dear, you're Freddy Pabakumu mine. Send you partner to ma or so one to a mouth. We can't, you know, for now, do my idea, my ye, or mine and put you near, signing Uncle Ponso.
When you're surprised, obey lobby said the more development about bandana.
Papa, so development they are actually saying this in Eba, say MPP neighbor, BBN who are basso, Mekai, Buida, me say, you sit now the Huakadia Kahon, and one on the BBN who are Sabi, Sika, a Buida compensation, MIA, Nana who you know, you so. It is a what by nay, Nessa Bino, Airbois, I'm a Bipa Ababana, and Kianibaji.
That's into Bodine.
Medin the Quincy FM, or see a day your Berma Kofi and Menyan Hantale, Abrimpoint, Banda traditional area.
Like you rightly mentioned from the chief, he is part of his, indigene, that's the minister designate, and he's confident that he, of course, would go a long way to develop his community and even the country at large, because at the end of the day it's all about Ghana. That's what exactly we are craving at the end of the day. And so, like I rightly mentioned, he has been discharged. 2 other ministers designates will be up for vetting. That's the Dr. Agnes Nan Momolate, who is the member of parliament for Krowo and also the minister designate for gender, children and social protection. And lastly is Elizabeth Fosu Ejare, the MP for Techima North, who is the minister designated for trade, agribusiness and industry. And so these are the 2 we'll be expecting to be vetted this very afternoon. And this is the current scene here, the visuals here, the outside part of the vetting room. And so the vetting committee has actually gone in recess, and maybe 2 or 1 hour later, we'll continue with the 2 other minister designates. My name is Josh Quinney. We'll still be updating us and when we get new information.
George Quayne there from Parliament. He's just been giving us a summary of what has happened over the last 3 hours or so in Parliament. Banda MP Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim has been, interviewed or vetted for the position of Minister of Local Government and Chieftaincy. But from that, he also said, in addition to what George has told us, he also mentioned how the relationship between MMDCEs and the members of parliament for the particular areas will improve going forward. He talked about how the local Institute of Local Government Studies will be elevated to a university, obviously for its importance to the subject area local government at that. And George is right, we expect 2 more nominees to be interviewed today. But speaking of nominees, I want to share with you again that breaking news in the last hour of today. President John Dramani Mahama has named new ministers designates. This is his 3rd batch of nominations he's made, covering all 16 regions. He's added 3 more. Upper West region, Hosing Charles Luanga. Bono region, Joseph Ade Akwabua. Bono East region, Francis Owusu Entry. Now that covers the entire 16 regions. Remember that he had, over the 3 nominations, he had listed all his ministers designate for the 16 regions. For ministers of state, we see Ministry of Defense, Dr. Edward Kofi Omanebuama. Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nate George. Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofibua, who himself sat as vice chair on the appointments committee today. And so in the coming days, we expect to see the Elembele MP, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua himself, sit before the committee where he's vice chair to answer questions related to his ministry and his competency for lands and natural resources. The man you see on your screen at the moment is Abdul Rashid Pelpo, also an honorable member of our parliament. nominated for Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment. Dr. Edward Kofi Omane-Boamah, former Minister of Communications, now nominated for Ministry of Defense. Sam Nate George, one that needs no introduction, nominated now for Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations. Kofi Adams, Ministry of Sports and Creation. The Honourable Member of Parliament will be vetted for his competencies to occupy this ministry. He's just been nominated for that position. But there are a few more, and I want to go over them. We also know for Ministry of Interior, Joseph Bukare Nikpe. Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. Ministry of Health, one that a lot of us have been waiting for because of obvious reasons, the importance of that ministry. Kwabna Minta Akando is the nominee for Ministry of Health. Ministry of Transport, Joseph Bukare Nikpe. Ministry of the Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources, A.J. Kenneth Gilbert. There are three more. I'll show you that quickly just before we move on to other issues this hour. Well, I wanted to show you just the last bit of that statement listing the nominees just before we go. Minister of State in charge of Special Initiatives, Emmanuel Kwejo Ejekum. Minister of State, Government Communications, Felix Kwachiofosu. And if you look at that statement we have put on your television at the moment, you see that the Honourable Member of Parliament, Felix Kwachiofosu, is also acting spokesperson to the President. Now, the question will be whether or not that will fall within the purview of Minister of State, Government Communications. Well, my guess is yes, that is not the fact of the matter. I'm only guessing. But he has been nominated for Ministry of State, Government Communications. And then Minister of State, Climate Change and Sustainability. The nominee there is Isifu Seidu. Isifu Seidu. So those are the nominees. The latest the President has named for the various ministries of state and the regional offices as well. So now we have all 16 regional nominees. You see them on your screens right now. Perhaps we should go over them before we wrap up. Edward Omane-Boamah for Ministry of Defense, Samuel Nate George for Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Kofi Adams, Ministry of Sports and Recreation, Emmanuel Ama Kofi Bua, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and the many others. Well, we'll continue to keep an eye on how things are playing out. When Parliament reconvenes, particularly the Appointments Committee reconvenes for the vetting of the other two nominees today, we'll be here to bring you every second of that. In the meantime, we'll return to regular programming. I'm Kemini Amano. Bye-bye.